About a 6-second delay. Let's move this over. Hi, how you doing, Daniel? How you doing, Jackie boy? Can you guys hear me all right? Hello, James. How you doing? Can you guys hear me all right? I'm feeling good, Gordon. Just, just double checking, make sure everything's working. That I'm a little quiet. Okay, thank you. All right. How about now? Is that better? Is that better? Better? Okay, good. I'm Daniel, I'm doing better. I'm a lot better. A lot better. I just had to do a little blood work today, but I'm doing better. Thank you for your concern. Uh, yes, I'm doing better. Hey, 3C Films, how's it going? Just got back from 15th trip to Disney. You lucky bastard. You went to Disney World. Damn it, I'm jealous. How was it? Me and John are desperate to try to plan a trip there. How many days were you there? Like people I've talked to says you need like at minimum like 5 days to do like the most things. Have I heard about Ozzy Osbourne? Yes, I know Ozzy Osbourne passed away. I mean, I can't say I was a big fan of his, but he was relatively sick. So, you know, yes, I did hear. Okay. All right. Well, I'm doing a lot better. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and start throwing them out. And for those of you that didn't see the post, today is going to be an extra long stream. So instead of an hour, it's going to be an hour and a half to make up for the half we didn't do last week. So this is going to be going from 4:30 to 6. So yeah. What? 9 days? Jesus Christ! I can't imagine what the bill was. Like we weren't even thinking about that long. We thought 5. Like if we were gonna plan that, our plan like right now the game plan as it is right now for like next year is we were gonna spend like 5 days spending a day at like each of the individual park. We might skip like the Magical Kingdom because or the Animal Kingdom because we're too old for that. And then if we had like at minimum like 2 extra days, we're gonna use those 2 days to go to the new Universal Park. Like so, we figured it's like okay, if we were there for 7 days, we can dedicate like 3 to 4. No, we can dedicate like 4 to 5 for Disney World, and then spend like maybe 1 or 2 days at the new Universal Park because I know there's a number of rides at Universal Studios that we don't have in Hollywood. So yeah, I didn't listen much to Ozzy, but I do respect him. Yeah, I mean, the one thing we have in common, he was a Patriot fan, and that was their theme song every time they went to a Super Bowl. So, that's that. So he means that as a fellow Patriot fan. I think about it every night. Day spread wings and fly away. Ozzy was the Michael Jackson of metal. Really? I haven't heard that one. Super Gaming, thanks for stopping by. I'm doing fine. Have I ever met a witch, or at least someone claiming to be? Well, um, no, but my older sister's into witchcraft for some reason, and I mean, that's the closest thing. Like she battles the candles and mixtures, and she's into all that kind of stuff. You stayed at the Animal Kingdom Lodge at Jumbo House, so we saw the animals every day. Wow. Okay. What do I think of Assignment 8 of Resident Evil 4? It was fine. I mean, it's a sprint. No, it's a sprint mission. It's not really. I wouldn't say it's like you're just recovering 5 samples and escaping. And I think you have to do it in a certain amount of time. It's been a while since I've played that because I think those are like the 3 main gameplay modes. It's like the main game, and then there's separate ways. And there's Assignment Ada, and I think that one's timed. But I don't know. I've only played the OG Resident Evil, so that's all I can really say. Just so you guys know, I'm just working on I'm currently editing of the next versus matchup right now, and it keeps doing this thing where I gotta like make a slight modification every once in a while. It's been going on for like the last like hour, but other than that, it's coming through just fine. Ranking my top five favorite characters: Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, High School Gohan, Future Trunks, Majin Buu Vegeta, and Teen Gohan. Okay, I mean that is very far from my list, but you know, everyone's list is their own list. So I'm asking the big question: what happened last week? Okay, you guys really want to know? All right, here's what ended up happening. What I was feeling was not so much a. It wasn't my heart. They thoroughly checked that. What ended up happening was I was experiencing a potential infection in my lungs, and that's what I was feeling. It was this. I have some. I had, and luckily we caught it before it got worse. And they did about 2 hours worth of blood work, so they double checked the heart, because apparently I had to get it. I had to get my chest scanned. There was like 2 hours of blood work. I was placed in a medical bed, and they tested multiple times, and they put all kinds of like electronic things, and I was put in an IV for a few hours. So they checked. So heart's fine, but it was my lungs. So they pretty much gave me some medication, which was going to clear it up. I still feel it a little bit, but I am on medication, so it's a lot less, and it should go away in like 10 days. So I think in like 3 more days, if I stay on my medication, I should be fine. But I will be going back to do I did like one more checkup, just to with like my main medical provider, and then I got to see them again in like a week and a half just to get a final scan, and so that's what was happening. No, I wouldn't say she's into witchcraft to a certain degree. It's more like a hobby. You got tested. You got to test out the updated test track ride for Epcomp a few weeks before it available. Wow! If you want to eat damn good pizza at Epcot, okay. Yes, I was very much. I was very much afraid. I thought it was a heart attack. That's what I thought it was. But apparently, there are other things that could make it up. Like panic attacks can feel like can make you think you're having a heart attack. Anxiety attacks. This was hitting my lungs. That's why I was feeling chest pain. What is the most annoying quick time event in Resident Evil? Annoying. I don't think they're annoying. I don't think they're annoying. I can't recall any quick time event I thought was annoying. Not that I can think of. I mean, quick time events are really only show up in like 4, 5, and 6. I mean, I don't think they happen in some of the later games, the newer games. But I've never encountered a quick time event that I thought was annoying, just personally. Jeez. Uh, it could be Gordon. It could have been if we didn't catch it early. It's luckily it'll clear out and I'll be fine. So, it, as far as everyone needs to be, I'm perfectly fine. So you don't have to worry too much about my health. I think we caught it early. Thank you. Next week you're planning a trip to Universal Studios, Orlando or Hollywood. You said yes. The last thing you wanted to. Yeah, I did say that. I just like if I was gonna go, I just don't want it to be a heart attack, and I would prefer it to be quick and painless. Like I don't know. I was talking to a couple friends. I'd be like, if you had to pick 3 ways to go, but you can't go to sleep, because I'm sure everyone wants that. What would they be? And they gave me some interesting answers. You were able to get a Fantastic Four shirt so you can take it to the release of the film, which you heard finally named the team. Thank goodness. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm skipping that one. again, I don't watch Marvel films anymore, so I hope you have a good time. What do I think of the villains in Resident Evil CGI movies from Degeneration to Death Island? Well, I mean, they're okay. They're not memorable. Like if I put it like this, if I can't remember their names, they weren't great. I think the only one I could maybe semi think of is the president from. I think the second one, which I can't even, which that was the best of the animated films. And I can't think of its name. It wasn't. It was after Degeneration, so I just can't think of I can't think of the name right now. You suffer from panic attacks. Body just freezes and you struggle with breathing. Thankfully, you've had them for a while. Well, I experienced my very first one last year, and it was a pretty scary experience. So hopefully, I don't get to experience them as much as you do. In control of the long game, yeah. Hollywood, okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I hear they're building I don't know if the Donkey Kong ride is going to be built in Hollywood, but I do know they're building a Fast and the Furious ride that is currently in construction. I'm pretty sure. Like that's the first place it's being constructed. Next year you want to go to Disney for your 16th. Oh wow, that's awesome. And Universal as well as first time. No, Gordon, they don't. No, they don't. Although, to be fair, it is concerning. I mean, yeah, I guess I could share this. I'm a little bit concerned. I have funny talk. I don't know. I had a funny talk with my brother I think 2 days ago. And I was thinking about, isn't it like, now that we're all kind of in our 30s, it's just like, isn't it weird how as an adult, everyone is on some kind of drugs? Like I'm 34, and this is what I take. Like, if I were to OD, and someone were to come in here and try to investigate, would they think this is very concerning? And each one of these is for different things. So, and then I was thinking, and then I asked like all my coworkers, and I said, are they on any kind of medication that they take daily? And they said yes. And I think about me and my siblings, we're all on some kind of medication. And I'm being like, are we just all on drugs? Like if you're an adult, like do you have some kind of medication? Like it's weird. Like these are high blood pressure. This is to reduce my need to eat. So these are like semi-diet pills so I lose weight, which has been working. I'd rather not share these ones. These are for my infection my infection in my chest that I'm experiencing right now. And these are for cholesterol. I'm like, this is rather excessive. Like 5 different medications at the age of 34. And yet everyone I know is on some kind of medication. Like everybody's on drugs. Crazy. Yes, I'm still planning on getting a dog. I will definitely need it for my mental health. Switch 2 does not interest me. I have no plans on getting a Switch. I still have my Switch 1. It is just fine. It is absolutely fine. I mean I don't even really play it as much, but like if I go on trips, I damn sure will pull it out. Am I afraid of ODing? I would be, but some of these I can like skip every. So I try not to have too many. Like I mean I would think the doses aren't very big, so I shouldn't OD if I. ODing is if you take like all this at once. Like these are done at different times of the day. Like I would wake up, and I take this one when I wake up. Then I would wait an hour after I eat something, and then I would take this one, and then I maybe around noonish if I was feeling any chest pains, I'd take this one, and then this one I would take right before I go to bed. So I think ODing really only comes into effect if you take multiple different drugs at once. But I'm not doing that. These are spread out over multiple hours. So I don't think I'm at risk of ODing. So you can be fine. Chillax, I heard Disney plans to do a fifth. What? A fifth park? My god. Apparently they want to be like Universal. Oh my god, what the hell would they possibly build? No, Vamp, I do not use antidepressants. I just listen to true Linkin Park music if I want to get out of being depressed. Because that new shit is not Linkin Park. I need diet pills to lose weight. Worst movie you've ever seen? Movie 43, Master Mace. That's an old one. What do I get at Panda besides orange chicken? Well, I can get some of the beige beef. That's pretty good. Or some brown rice. Or some of the sesame, sesame chicken. That stuff's good. Have I ever had a fight or argument with my brother? Yes. It doesn't happen often, but yeah, that's common. You know, if you care about someone and you don't have an argument, I'll put it like this: we've never gotten physical, but it's been like an argument. Like, but it was like a, it was a, put it like this: as far as I can think of, we've only had one real argument, and it was when I was very, very young. And it was for a real stupid reason, which, just thinking back, it's a stupid reason. What Green Day songs are tolerable to me? I don't know. I don't know Green Day songs by name. To be fair. Yeah. No. We don't even. I don't even know what to call it. Vampo. I don't even know what to call it. Call it something else. Like, if you change the lead singer, the least you can do is change the name of the band. That I could respect that. Crazy how Ozzy died 2 days after Cheston's. Yeah, that was a very weird coincidence. Do you prefer fried rice or chow mein? Oh, definitely fried rice. I don't eat chow mein much. Most frustrating game I've ever played. Frustrating? Like, Master, when you mean frustrating, do you mean I beat this game but it was frustrating, or I was so frustrated I quit? Because those are two different games. Like, I definitely can think of what was like the toughest game to not necessarily beat, but I consider platinuming something to be like beating it. I know that game, and then there's like one that was just too frustrating. I just said, screw it. They kept the name for marketing. Yeah. Also, Ozzy died 20 days after. Yeah, I know. That's interesting. Finish the lyrics. Who let the dogs out? You know, the funny thing is that song played on the screens. We have, like, at my bowl. Some of you guys know. Some bowling alleys, they have, like, they'll play music videos and have screens. That music video popped up. I like, my God, I have not seen that music video in like 10 years. That's crazy. You were so frustrated you want to quit. Okay, I mean, this I wouldn't say it was like the most frustrating, but I could tell you the most recent example was probably Black Myth Wukong. And I got like maybe 20 hours in, and then I just got to one boss. And because of how the story was going, I didn't really care much for it, so I was just like, you know what? At this point, I just don't feel like it. I mean, I got frustrated, and I was just like, you know what? I'm getting pretty deep, and I have the concept down, but this game isn't good enough for me to really want to push for it. So I ended up quitting kind of in frustration, I would say. But, like, yeah. I will say, but the ultimate frustration was Final Damnation 13, but, like, no, we don't talk about that. What happened to me last week? I just had I was experiencing an infection in my lungs, but we're treating it now, so don't worry, Commander Shepard, I'm fine. Malcolm Jacob, yeah, I know. Weird, drowning in the ocean. That was, like, that's just something I would never do. Like, Like I would never even dream about that. And if like swimming in a pool is one thing, swimming in a lake is another thing. But like if I was ever gonna swim out of the ocean, I'd be wearing like a life jacket. Like I would never go swimming or something. So apparently, like from what I've heard, he got like caught up in a powerful current and he drowned. I'm like, that's why you don't swim in the ocean. That's like unless I'm scuba diving, which is something I would also never do. Like I just wouldn't do that. And he was on a family trip, which makes it even worse. So his family members watched him die. Like that's the worst part. Have I played Battlefield Bad Company? Yes, I played the first one. I've not played the second one. Finished the line, "Who let the cats out?" I'm not. I've never heard that one. How about the one game you know? One means I wasn't the most frustrating. It that was that was like a period of torture for 70 hours, and we don't talk about that. When I saw Jurassic World Rebirth 3 weeks ago, I got to see a teaser for Nolan's Odyssey, and damn, does it look fucking amazing. Well, you have fun with that, because I'm sorry, I'm skipping that one. I gotta, Nolan gotta give me a pass on this one. I can skip this one. I don't need to see it. I got my own problems with the film, so I think I'm a loyal Nolan fanboy, but I think I gotta step back just this one time and be like, I'm not interested. How was the worst frustrating thing? It was just a journey. There was just so many. It got everything wrong with the franchise. It was I didn't get through it. It was just a period of torture. Yeah, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh drowned by saving someone's life is true here. Yeah, I know. Have you watched any of the I Know What You No, James? I don't. I'm not into horror. that I'm not into horror. When it comes to movies, I don't do horror, and I don't do musicals unless it's like old school Disney. So yeah. Shade Thomas, yeah, yes, Master Mace. I know he also drowned. Spider Boy is the problem, isn't it? It goes a little bit deeper than Spider Boy, but yeah, he's like 70%. I just want to punch that motherfucker so bad. I just hate him. There's just something about him that seems so fucking fake. I will never watch another one of his movies again. Like he can like it's like that's the one time like I just want to punch him. I don't know why. The guy just pisses me off. Did you see the new trailer for the Tron Ares? Yeah, but I don't want to see it. I don't know. I really thought we'd be getting a sequel to Legacy, and it's not even that. I'm like, eh. I mean, maybe I'll catch it on streaming, but even that's a stretch. But yeah, I'm not interested. Your friend got kicked out of the library for bringing in a cat. Well, why would he bring in a cat to a library? That doesn't seem wise. Hmm. Well, Vamp, the less we talk about him, the better I'll feel. You watched the Milli Vanilli. I recently watched that too. I think it was on Peacock. Very interesting, and it's very sad. That was a very sad story, especially since the remaining member, he can actually sing now. Like I remember seeing this like years ago. Like he actually performed with the actual voice of those songs, and like nowadays, he can actually sing those songs on his own now. Like he probably so I think had they been given enough time, they could have sung some of those songs. But yeah, that was a very sad story. Drug overdose, man. That is not a way you want to go. Do you like old school Tron or Tron Legacy? I like both, but believe it or not, I like Tron Legacy the most. I really like that movie. Believe it or not, I actually, no, I won't pull it out. I actually have the collector's edition for Tron Evolution the game. You know what? Give me a second. Let me for it. Yeah, I actually have a collector's edition that comes with a character on a site on a light cycle, and there's a compartment, and inside there's actually a ticket to go see the movie. So I never actually used it, and for that I actually picked up. I actually still have this. This is a PlayStation 3 controller for Tron Legacy that is it still works. Like all these years later, like yeah, I could turn this sucker on. Yeah, like if I turn this on, like this will light up. And they actually had a wireless version of this that was white. But yeah, it was. Yeah, these ones are incredibly rare. But yeah. No, no, I've seen that. It's not really. I wouldn't call it a direct sequel because yeah, he's there's no mention of Sam or Cora, so that's not the story I'm interested into. Like at least with Legacy, you were following the son of the main character from the first film. This one is a completely different story that has like nothing to do with Legacy. So that's why I'm like I'm not interested. That's not the sequel I want. Never understand how Millie. Wait, you never understood how they got caught? Well, they tell you how they got caught. They were playing playback, and they were performing, and it got cycled. Like, that's how they got caught. And then it became very apparent to everyone who listened to them talk that there was no way that with those heavy German accents they could sing those songs. Like, I mean, that's not uncommon. Like, listen to a person sing and then listen to them talk. And until you see them actually do both, you might not be convinced that them actually sing. Like, I'll give you a good example. Up until maybe 5 years ago, I had never heard Celine Dion talk. Like all my interactions with her was just I've only heard her sing, but like 5 years ago I heard her talking for the first time, and I was taken back. I was like, wow, that's her normal voice. But like I know that I was like, wow, because it's kind of amazing. But yeah, that's how they got caught. Like they got they're the tape that they were using like got caught in a cycle. And then during their interviews, like people were just noticing that they couldn't, and then there was like a lawsuit, and yeah. Funny enough, the only time Batman killed the Joker was in American Psycho. No, not well. I mean, there's a couple examples where maybe he killed him, like in the Killing Joke. Batman might have killed the Joker. You don't actually see them. It's like. You know the scene like at the end where Joker like tells a joke and then Batman laughs, and then like the last scene is that you just see Batman just kind of grab him by the neck, and then it cuts to black, and so it's like, did he kill the Joker or not? And then in The Dark Knight Returns, he kind of breaks Joker's neck in a way that Joker's paralyzed, and then like I mean technically Joker killed himself, but like Batman put in a position where that's all he could do. And then there's one other comic book storyline where Batman kidnaps he captures Joker, but Joker threatens to kill Lois. This is an injustice, like an alternate injustice storyline where Batman, the bomb doesn't go off. Batman captures Joker, and I think Joker knows that Bruce is Batman, and they're driving to Gotham PD, and he threatens to kill Lois and Superman's baby, and in that moment, Batman snaps Joker's neck. Like, he kills him right there in the Batmobile, and then when he gets to the police department, he takes his mask off, and then he turns himself in. He's like, I just murdered the Joker. I just committed a crime. Take me in. And then Batman goes to jail. So there have been instances where Batman has killed the Joker. It's just, it's very rare. Am I team Autobots or Decepticons? Oh, of course I'm Autobots. Uh, you heard you heard the Final Fantasy IX remake might be canceled. I didn't know they were even gonna do that. I heard Sam and Core could appear as cameos. Oh, don't do that. I hate that. What do I think of Steph Curry? Well, I mean, he's a Golden State Warrior, and you know, he's probably the greatest shooter of all time. I won't argue with that. Jeez. In America, yeah, I know, but that's not that. Yeah, yes, Vampire. I know the joke. I know the joke. Killing Joke doesn't happen until the second half of the movie. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that that moment where Batman may have killed Joker does not happen until the end. I know. But yeah, I mentioned that. That's the very last panel. So of course it would have to be in this. And I'm talking about the comic, not the movie. From what I know, Spider-Man 4's Punisher will be in the film, but I don't care. I'm not doing Marvel. Not so anything Marvel related, I don't care. I had a good time with Superman. I still got to film my thoughts on comparing Superman with Man of Steel. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow, but I've just been busy with doctorate appointments and editing versus matchups and a bunch of other things. Will I be watching Alien Earth coming out next month? Probably not. It's not really. Thoughts on Logan? Well, it's a great movie. What's what's there to say? It's a great movie. It would have been a very good ending to Wolverine's character, and then for money reasons they brought him back, and then they used him as a joke at the beginning of Deadpool and Wolverine. So you know. Oh, Hugh Jackman will stay in the MCU for another 10 years since he dreamt of playing Wolverine in the MCU, but Fox didn't let him for a while. I'm on the fence about that. I mean, I was impressed with what he was able to do at his age, but I'm like, dude, you've been playing this character since 1999, which is nuts. I was like, I'd like to like. I think if they're serious about making a new X-Men team, which they've just casted, they just picked a director, and they have blatantly said that it's going to be a younger team. Which I'm on the fence if I even want to give it a chance to watch it. I'm on the fence, but like, where else could you take him? Like, okay, you have him interacting with Deadpool, and you have him technically now in the MCU. Do we really need to use him anymore? I don't think so. If he never played Wolverine again, I think that'd be fine. Like, trust me, I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but like, it's been almost it's gonna like if this goes for another 4 years, he will have played that character for 30 years. I'm like, okay, we could see other people play Wolverine. Like I would actually be interested in that. Apparently, the reboot after Secret Wars will cause the MCU to have Hugh Jackman Wolverine, as well as include new Wolverine, which would be mentored by them. That seems like a weird idea. I hope that's not true. Is I hope that's not true. I will flat out say I'm just not a fan of that idea. That is so weird. What? What was the first video game you ever played? The very first video game I ever played was Super Mario Land on the OG Game Boy. Like that big ass fat one that you couldn't put in your pocket until they made like the pocket ones. I still have that one. I still have, like, it's somewhere around here. Like it was like a smaller silver one, but like I'm talking about like those big ass fat ones that no one could fit in your pocket. Like that was the very first video game I ever played, was Super Mario Land. In fact, hang on. Like I will like. Yep, right here. Like I even have it for like a theme. First video game song I ever heard in my life. Like, I got that for a ringtone for someone special. Do I have a favorite Harry Potter character? Absolutely. It's Sirius Black. Absolutely. Like, and Gary Oldman's performance, I thought was by far my favorite performance, especially in the fifth one. That was like my favorite performance of any character. And he's gone on and said that he thought his performance was mediocre. And he thought he'd been given the Alan Rickman treatment, where he had been told what his storyline was, and he said he would have played it different. I was like, really? I was like, dude, I thought he played it incredible. Like, that was my favorite performance in character out of all 8 films, and he's definitely my favorite character in the book. Like, if I was gonna be any character in that time period, it absolutely would have been Sirius Black. Absolutely. First PlayStation game I ever played, easy. That would be Final Fantasy VII. Brother introduced me to the PlayStation. Very first game was Final Fantasy VII, which would be the same story for like a lot of people. Like Final Fantasy VII was my introduction to PlayStation, which is why to this day it still remains the single most important video game I've ever played. You still have a Game Boy with the Super Mario Land. Unfortunately, the card just doesn't work anymore. That's a shame. What about Snake? Snape is an ass. Snape isn't, like, okay, movie Snape is considerably lighter, but in the books he is still a fucking asshole. Like, Like what you like Alan Rickman's performance was great, but that's like Snape light. Snape in the books is awful. Like, I don't give a damn what his meaning was. Like, I felt no sympathy when he died. Like, I felt something for Alan Rickman Snape. I felt nothing for the book Snape. I mean, basically, I would say he was an asshole who, by the end of his life, received a pie, a humble pie, a piece of humble pie. But I still didn't feel bad for him. He didn't have to take things as far as he went. Like, I mean, the fucked up shit he did to Neville, things he said to Hermione, what he did to Lupin. I mean, my God, he outed Lupin as a werewolf. I was like, dude. And then pretty much the way he described his thoughts of Lily was very toxic. Like, he flat out said, I don't care if you kill her husband, who I don't like, and her child. I want Lily for myself. Those are not redeeming qualities. At the slightest. I absolutely despise Snape in the books. Everyone has their own critics, is their own worst critic. When people talk about their first PlayStation game, it's either 7 or it's Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. But to be fair, 7 was a release title, so I'm not a fan of WB doing a remake of Harry Potter. As for the TV show thing, it shouldn't be remade. Straight. Yes. Yes, fam. 100%. He was a straight up villain. I mean, I like here's the thing. I don't know what is the term for like an anti-villain. Like we know the term of like an anti-hero. Like what is like the opposite of that? Like he's a villain that like does a few good things, but it's really for his own selfish reasons. They're not for good reasons. It's not because he cares. He's doing it for his own reasons. And it happens to work out. Like, I'm not saying he didn't do any good things, but, like, he was doing them for selfish reasons, not because he cared. He cared about what he wanted for himself. He didn't care about what other people thought. And how Dumbledore could trust a man like that is, like, one of the things I would question about Dumbledore's character. And even Dumbledore's character is made some questionable decisions. Anti-villains do it. Like, I don't know. Like, there's got to be a term. Like, there's anti-heroes. I'm trying to think. Is there a term for what you would call like a villain who is mostly bad, but like they do a few good things? Like, I mean, there's like several times where like a villain will save. Like, put it like this. There's like been several times where like the Joker has saved Batman from like another villain. But not because he cares about Batman. It's because he wants the honor of killing Batman himself, and he doesn't want another villain to do it. Like, that kind of mindset. Like, that's Snape for you. Like, he's not doing it because he cares. He's doing it for reasons that are selfish for him. What are your thoughts on the WB doing a Lord of the Rings film set in the Fellowship of the Two coming out? What? I heard about something like this. I don't know. I don't know. They need to stop. There are only hero, villains, and anti-heroes. Did you laugh when Dumbledore lunged at... That was an unusual scene. That was like... That was a... Yeah. That was a questionable scene in the movies. I was like, what is going on here? There's a term for it. It's called being an asshole. Yeah, he's definitely that. No argument for me. He is definitely an asshole. I remember the one scene in Goblet of Fire in the books he's supposed to have said calmly. Yeah, I know. Trust me. They butchered that book to shit. I mean, it's not my least favorite Harry Potter, but it's out of them. It's like the one where I was like, oh my god, they took out so much stuff. Like, honestly, put it like this. I think that movie could have used an extra 20 minutes. That could have been 20 minutes. Like I don't want to say it deserves the Deathly Hallows treatment of being cut in two parts, but I'm like if I could pick another book to cut in two parts, it would probably be that one. And I think that one's the longest one. So like it makes you kind of wonder, could they have maybe cut a few things out of Deathly Hallows and make that one film instead of two? Makes you kind of wonder. Do you find Voldemort laughable in the movies? No, absolutely not. He's pretty intimidating. I mean, they made a few slight modifications to his look from the books, but overall, no. I thought Ralph Fiennes did Voldemort incredibly well. Absolutely no complaints. I mean, when I first saw him in theaters, I was definitely taken aback. It's like, oh my god, that is actually. And mind you, I hadn't they didn't show what he looked like before the film came out. So when I saw him for the first time when I saw the movie in theaters, I was like, yep, that's a good looking Voldemort to me. Vamp, we are not going to talk about that piece of trash fanfic. You know the funny thing? My father died the day that book came out. That's how I remember that. Like, that book is awful. That is a bullshit. That is like the worst fan fiction script I've ever seen. Favorite Harry Potter film? For me, it's Order of the Phoenix, with Prisoner being a very good second place, and I think Deathly Hollow Part 2 being number 3. I have ranked the movies and I've ranked the books, so yeah. Voldemort or Sauron? Who's scarier? Probably Sauron. I would be more afraid of Sauron than Voldemort. Zach, would you rather work in the Batcave or Wakanda? Oh, definitely in the Batcave. Man, all those cool tools. I mean, I'm not scared of bats. So, yeah. People like the Cursed Child. Well, I think they need to get a CAT scan immediately. Maybe as a joke or guilty pleasure, but it's crap. It is crap. I mean, the whole Time Turner thing was already a problem, and then they cranked that issue up to an 11. I mean, Wakanda's cool tech. Yeah, but I'd feel uncomfortable there. What's so bad about it? I just don't like how it handles certain characters. Like, characters are just bad. The use of time turners, it makes some of these characters ridiculous. Like, it's like, oh, let's go back and fix this. And then they come back and it's worse. And then we're going to come back. It's like, you're telling me Voldemort had sex with Bellatrix and had a child between this period of time. And then Harry says a bunch of fucked up shit. And then they go back and let's be honest. The two main leads are gay. Hardcore. Like, they are gay teasing so bad. And that is not some shit I want to see. there's like a laundry list as long as my arm of problems I have with the Cursed Child. But it's just awful. Who would you rather deal with? Gilderoy Lockhart or Jump? Oh, dear. Lockhart. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Dolores is the most unnerving character. I'm more scared of Umbridge than Voldemort. Oh my God. I am more scared of that woman. Ooh. Ooh. Like, she would just walk into a room and I'd be terrified. Harry Potter, the gay child. Oh my God. Who wrote that shit? You know what? The funny thing is, there was all that gay stuff. That all came out like after. Like, there was no I remember when it was like announced like Dumbledore was gay. I was like, what? That was never in the books. I hate that. It's like these books and movies came out at a special time. If they were coming out now, which they're trying to redo, it's gonna be inserted with all this shit that is not gonna be fun for me to watch. And definitely not stuff I would show my child. So again, I have no idea who this HBI series is for. I have no idea who it's for. And I have no plans on watching it. It is a cheap cash grab. Like, if you're gonna do, like, they fumbled the ball with the Fantastic Beasts series because you centered around the wrong character. That could have easily worked out if the script had been better. And now you want to run it back to what it was. But the problem is that I don't believe Harry Potter has a strong connection with Gen Zers. There aren't many franchises I think that are locked to a specific generation. But I firmly believe that something like Harry Potter is really strongly linked to a millennial generation. There's no, whether you're a boomer generation or a Gen Zer, no other generation is going to connect more to Harry Potter than millennials. Like if you like, I would say even like something like Power Rangers. Power Rangers is so linked to '90s kids. Like if you were in the '80s, you wouldn't get into it. If you were in the 2000s, you probably wouldn't get into Power Rangers. But if you were in the '90s, that's when it was at its strongest. Not saying that it can't have fans from newer generations or older generations, but I would say the majority of your fan base is going to come from a certain generation. That's who it connects with. And so I have no idea who this is for because they're making so many changes that it's going to look completely unrecognizable. I just hope Gandalf isn't gay. I also think George Michaels is a great singer. Yeah, I guess. I agree. Yeah, like I said, like Harry Potter is so 2000s. That's something we grew up with. Like I don't see Gen Z or kids. I don't see kids like kids are not reading Harry Potter books. Like I don't even think kids are reading now. Like I mean that series got an entire generation to read books. Can any of you guys remember what was like the last popular book series I can think of was maybe The Hunger Games. And then before that, it was Twilight. And maybe like 50 Shades of Grey, maybe, but that was for like middle-aged, like single women. That had like a lot of emotional problems. Kids aren't reading, period, unless it's manga. I wouldn't even say the Ring ain't manga. I wouldn't even say that. I'm a Gen Z. I was born 25 years ago today. I find it stupid that they're doing this. I mean, they gonna do what they want. What they gonna do? Yeah, like I would say, like nowadays, like this generation of kids, like they have like you have to remember when Harry Potter came out, we didn't have smartphones. We weren't really using the internet as much. We didn't have social media. We had books, and there was like a big divide between kids that are watching TV, playing video games, and reading books, or outside playing. I don't even see that very often. Like where I live, I hardly see kids go outside and play. They're inside either watching TV or they're on their phones or, they're growing up with screens. We didn't have that back then. I very much think I'm really part of the last generation that remembers what it was like to grow up without a smartphone, or even really using the internet. Like I didn't like when I was a kid and early teenager, I didn't really use the internet that much. Now it's something we all use every single day. I read books when I was like 8. You're one of the lucky ones, because I don't see that very often nowadays. All right, and we still got 35 more minutes because we're about to get to the first hour. So if you guys got any more questions, go ahead and throw them out. This has been fun. I only really use my phone mostly for music. Yeah, remember when people had CDs and MP3 players and MP4 players? Now all our phones do everything. Even homeless people got smartphones. I wonder what the next big device is gonna be. No, no, not for me. Not for me, James. She wasn't. So you think Wesker would be a minor threat for men like Batman or Tommy Oliver? That's a I I'll be honest, like I don't even know how to answer that question. That's so weird. Like what the hell what the hell is Wesker doing in Gotham? What the hell would Wesker be doing messing with the Power Rangers? Like the Power Rangers, we fight giant monsters in giant mechs. I mean, I don't think Wesker would want to get involved with with that. And Gotham's got enough problems, and Wesker doesn't need to add to that. Ra's al Ghul's already got what Wesker's trying to do with the whole wipe out humanity crap. Like Ra's just got that covered, so we don't need Wesker in that world. And heck, if he has to interact with Batman, he's got to interact with Superman, and Superman ain't going like. I'm sure even Wesker would not want to deal with Superman. I'm using guys. I mean, you got music. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's nice that music more accessible, I suppose. It's like I don't know. I remember where I would carry like when I would go to school, I had like a CD player. I would have like I don't know like a case of like 10 like albums on there, and I would listen to like 12 to 13 tracks at a time. Now I got well over 500 songs I can listen to at any time I want. My have times changed. Do I like metal music? Not really, but there might be like a few definitive metal songs that I'll rock out to. But I wouldn't say I'm like the biggest fan of metal. I'm just very selective. Like there's classical music, like orchestra, like like opera. Like I wouldn't say I'm an opera person, but there are like a few opera songs that I like listening to on my own. But I would like never say I'm an opera fan. Linkin Park is no metal. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say Linkin Park's metal at all. Disturbed is metal too. I think it depends on which album you're talking about because there's definitely some that are like a lot more intense than other albums. Do I like Rob Zombie? Very selective. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of Rob Zombie, but like he's made like 5 or 6 songs that I like, but like I wouldn't say I've ever listened to any of his albums like from beginning to end. I've never heard of that term no metal. It's like it's not. It's a mixture. It's no metal, rap rock, alternative metal, and then alternative rock. I always felt it was more alternative rock. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, nice one, man. Trying to slip one under me. Yeah, it's a mixture of like 5 different types of music. It's not one. It's not any one thing. And I always thought it was like alternative rap, alternative rock and rap. Like you had a rapper and then you had a singer, so you had to have both. I feel like Disturbed's first five albums straight metal, especially the third one, fourth one. Yeah, I could say that. Would you say that the Hunting Party is the last good? Uh, I wouldn't. I mean, they're all. I mean, they're all good. I mean, I think. Well, no, I take that back. One more night is shit. But I think, but I guess I think Hunting Party was their attempt to make an album like Hybrid Theory, but it felt dated. And because of that, it's like if they tried to make like a carbon copy of Hybrid Theory and it came out after, say, something like The Living Things or Thousand Suns, it would sound outdated. That's why people don't talk about it much. Even me, sound wise, it sounds very much like probably as close to the first album as apart from Meteora. But after hearing, Minutes to Midnight and then A Thousand Suns, it's just like I'm kind of used to them kind of going away from that, and so when they went back to that, it felt a little unusual. You think we need other games and old games? No, Zach, not that I can think of. So Linkin Park's more types of metal. It's a mixture. I think Thousand Suns is okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'd say like the first five albums are fine. Yeah. First six are good. I mean, technically seven because you got Active Reanimation, but that's more of just a remix of Hybrid Theory. But it is still an album. It's just a remix album, which not a lot of people talk about. But not a lot of people talk about it. So I don't. Okay, so Recharge is different. I would say Recharge is like less than what Reanimation was. Reanimation was like a full album. Recharge felt like it was like a lot of demo tracks that they never really finished. Like at least Reanimation, they took full songs, they just remixed them. I felt Recharge was like a lot of demos that they never really finished. It was like an experiment. That's why I wouldn't count Recharge as like a real album. Do you ever have do you ever have wait, what? Man, is anyone else gonna ask questions? Do you ever had to separate the art from the artist? Okay, I think you're trying to ask, can I separate the artist or someone from the actor? Like, for example, I recently rewatched Naked Gun, and when O.J. Simpson was getting shot up in that sketch, I have to admit, I was laughing my ass off. I thought it was funny. O.J. Simpson made me laugh. But I recognize the man killed two people and is probably rotting in hell right now. But, I can kind of separate the murderer from the actor. I can do that. Chris Benoit, probably burning in hell, shouldn't have killed his wife and son. But I can recognize he was probably one of the toughest wrestlers, probably one of the most impressive technical wrestlers the WWE ever had. So I think it's a case by case thing. You can separate the art from the artist with this, but not with Will Smith. I've kind of lightened up. I've been able to watch some of the older stuff. Like I think I recently rewatched. I think I rewatched Men in Black like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, okay, this is fine. It's fine. Enough time has passed. I'm just not a fan of his anymore. But I can watch some of his stuff before he lost his damn mind and became a simp. And lost his balls, apparently. I don't think it was fake. I don't think it was fake. I don't think that was planned. I think it was real. Anyone got any questions? We still got 23 more minutes where I got a jet. And so far, Vamp's the only one asking anything. Okay, it's gotten real quiet in here. Weird when Will Smith smacked the reporter, it was like a baby slap, but when he slapped Chris, it was like an assault slap. Yeah, damn right. I don't know if that happened to me, I literally would have tackled his ass as he walked away. I would have tackled him I don't care if I gotta beat your ass up on national television in front of all these rich white folks. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like we gonna have a fight. It's either gonna be in front of these pretty rich white folks, or we gonna have to take the shit in the back. Like I want no cops involved. That's just a respect thing. That's a respect thing. That is not how I was raised. I wonder if Coral Harbor could have handled Samara Kid in Mass Effect 2. Man, I don't know. Who knows? We'll never know. Have I heard of the Oddies? I mean, they can go ahead. I mean, if they would make an adaptation of Berserk. I mean, go ahead. I think it's been long enough. You know, they can give it a shot and try to give it a different telling. Heck, I wouldn't mind if Dragon Ball did something similar. Just go to Z and then do just a complete retelling of it. I think that'd be fine. Look, man, look. I put her up against two characters that are ill-suited. Like, if you want to put her up against another Biotic, Samara would totally destroy her. I mean, I think Miranda would probably be a bit more of a draw. Maybe. Probably, I would say Jack 2 would probably be a draw. I picked specifically Jack from Mass Effect 1. So, you know. He will make Berserk adaptation worse than 2016. I didn't think the 2016 really. You didn't like it 2016? I thought it was fine. I mean, you still had the original, and it was fine. I liked it. Oh, okay. Okay. Nobody really? I thought it was fine, Vamp. I really did. I thought it was fine. I mean, they didn't do anything that I felt they didn't make any changes I thought that upset me. I mean, a little different, but it was fine. Okay, I mean, yeah, the CGI was a little questionable, sure. But, you know, its story was fine, and for me, story is all you need. You got a good story, and if it's got outdated visuals, I can get past that. I mean, have you seen have you ever heard of a show called Reboot? If you were to watch it now and you look at that CG, you would say that was horrible. And you would say that this looks like something that a couple of, you know, high schoolers did in their free time as like a project by modern standards. I'm just saying. I'm saying. The fact you know what Reboot is amazing. Not a lot of people talk about that show. Well, it looked better than Reboot. You know, I wanted to know, can I get that on Blu-ray? I wonder. I'm curious. Maybe it's on DVD. Oh my god, damn. That show ran from 94 to 2001, damn. Uh, oh, you can get Reboot. Oh shit. It is, you can get it on Blu-ray. Okay. Shit, I'm gonna have to add that to my wish list. Wait. Yeah. I'm gonna have to add that to my wish list. I'm gonna have to rewatch that one day. That brought back a lot of memories. But Jesus Christ, they're charging $65. Damn. Oh my god, and that's just like the first half. I have to buy the second half season. Jesus Christ. I mean, the second half was not as good as the first, of course. Have I heard of Rap City Street Kids? No, I've never heard of that. I get the feeling you would have worked well with Red Hood. Me? Probably not. Worse than Reboot, and that came out in 2001. It was not that bad. The villain of Reboot was terrible. Megabyte was not awful. Megabyte was fine. The fact that I remember that tells you I enjoyed Megabyte. I just think that it wasn't like once. I think like the last second half wasn't as good as the first half, but it was still a good series. It was great. Terrifying, not terrible. Oh, terrifying. All right, it says there's 5 people in here, and we still got 60 more minutes left. So if you got anything to say, get it out now. I meant hexadecimal. Oh, she was creepy with that mask of hers. And then she really, really went crazy by the end. How would you rate RoboCop Rogue City? I think I did rate it. It was like an 8.5. It's like, yeah, it was an 8.5. I rated that sucker really high. That was a great game. What about the films from Transformers? What about them? What do you mean? Do I like 9 Inch Nails? Not really. Hey, Mayboom, welcome to the stream. You're just in time, but we only got like 16 minutes left. Yeah, I know. Ozzy Osbourne passed. Yes, I know. Yeah, I think we talked about it an hour ago. You think Megatron was a good one? Wait a second. Thoughts on the film Chronicle? It's just fine. It's a solid movie. That was fine. You think Megatron was a good villain? Well, duh, he's still the iconic villain of the franchise. Why would he not be good? Just finished Hogwarts Legacy. Well, maybe I hope you enjoyed it. I thought I had. Still haven't gotten a copy of Indiana Jones. Nope. Still haven't gotten it yet. Nope, not yet. Still waiting. Do you think your top three films of all time ever changed? No. No. Not for me. Like what in like how like really highly unlikely I'm gonna find something that's gonna be Inception, The Dark Knight, and Terminator 2. Highly unlikely that'll ever change. Like let's see, Inception came out what, 12 years ago? And I've yet to see a movie even close to that. Let alone they'd have to get past Terminator 2 and The Dark Knight. And then under that, you would have movies like Aliens and Gladiator. I mean, my top five, and then like Revenge of the Sith is in the top 10. I'm like, trust me, these are some really heavy hitters here. Like it's gonna be a very. I'm not sure any movie at this point is gonna be able to breach my top 10 anymore. I think my top 10 is pretty cemented. 15 years ago it came out. Yeah, like, despite Ozzy being born back then, his death still feels a part of my childhood. Yeah. I felt the same way when Robin Williams died. And yeah, that was a pretty hard one. Especially because of suicide. Like, damn. That man must have been in a lot of pain. Yeah, Stan Lee, that was. Robin Williams, Chess Benton, Jason Frank, yeah. Also, Akira Toriyama, after watching Mortal Kombat 2, am I watching it? Yeah, I probably will see that in theaters. What I was surprised the most about was that they said, "Oh, in IMAX." I don't know about IMAX. I mean, I saw Superman in IMAX, and it cost me like $25. And then I was able to rewatch it again, like not bootleg, but semi like I've watched like I've seen Superman like 4 times. Like once in IMAX, then like I use with my sisters. Like my sisters they don't go to the movies anymore. They watch it illegally. And like so I took they gave me the link that they used to watch their movies. And I just watched it like 3 times. Like it's like, hey, I paid this in IMAX. I have the right to see it again in the comfort of my own home. And I'll be sure to get a physical copy on Blu-ray because I do like I still have like if it's like a like I don't know if they release something like this. Like trust me, if it's a really 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 good movie, Like I'll buy a box set for it. So I mean, I did that for the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises and Man of Steel. So yeah, like if they do something like this for Superman, I'll definitely go pick up a physical copy. I still believe in physical copies. And heck, this is a limited edition. This is number 27,703 out of 50,000. There's only 50,000 of these, so I wonder how much this would cost on eBay. But heck, I ain't selling this. It's mine. Have I ever played Dead by Daylight? No, I have not. Have I seen that they're making a new Hellraiser game? No, I did not know they were making a Hellraiser game. I'm hoping to get another German Shepherd early next year. Well, that's good. I wish we could have. I wish I could have seen F1 in 4DX, but IMAX, but damn experience. I still have not seen F1 yet. I don't know. I'm at the point where I may not care to see that. Damn awesome box. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Apparently this thing comes with like 4 discs, and it's got like a stand. Oh man, this damn thing's got a stand inside. Wow. I haven't opened up this thing in years, and it's got like a themed background and everything. They don't do they don't do this for movies anymore, where they come in like these special box sets. All right, we got 7 more minutes. So if you guys, got any more questions, you better get them out now. I'm only going to the cinema to see really good movies. Otherwise, I'll just pay to watch it at home. Yeah. I saw The Other World's price went up from 80 to 70. Other Worlds 2. I mean, I didn't play it, so you know. Yeah. I'm curious, what's the next game you guys plan to play? Because I was like, when it comes to game reviews, until I get my copy of Indiana Jones, like the next game will probably be Ghost of Yotai. I still buy physical media. Yeah, I do too. I'm almost like, trust me, but I'm only gonna do it for like the top best things. I love owning my favorite movies. Yeah, I do too. Like I can't watch my favorite movie. I can't watch any of my like. I don't know. Like if I take like my top 5 films, like how many of those could I actually watch on streaming right now without having to pay for it? I think maybe one, which might be Gladiator. But the other ones, they're not available. Like, I think at one point or another, they have been available on Netflix or another streaming service, but like as of right now, I don't think they are. And I have like 3 subscriptions. I have Netflix, I get Amazon Prime. I don't have Hulu right now, but I do have Peacock. But I mainly only watch that for wrestling because it's it's only $5. Once I get paid, you're gonna get Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. All right, well you have fun with that one. I'm upset that none of the Tom Clancy game franchise not on the PlayStation Plus. That's understandable. Which physical media have... Wait, what? With physical media, you have to pay for it once and watch forever. Yeah, I know. And you don't have to worry about it being taken off the service. Yeah, I know. That's why I like owning my games. Did you see that they're casting actor for Link and Zelda for live action? I just saw it today, but I'm still not gonna see it probably. I've wanted to try the Splinter Cell games. Oh, good luck with that. I think I've maybe tried one Splinter Cell game, but I was like, no, I'm more of a Metal Gear person. All right, we got 3 more minutes before I gotta go. That is a kind of fucked up picture. That's kind of fucked up. I don't know. I have to think about it. Like, other than Mortal Kombat, I don't know. I'd have to look. That's another series I've been thinking about trying. Oh, I hope you enjoy it. Are you still retiring from Yu-Gi-Oh? Yes, I'm still retired. I don't play the card game anymore. I still watch the first few seasons every once in a while. Those are still always entertaining. I'll never get tired of watching that. Not even seeing Predator? Maybe. That's a maybe. If I hear enough good things, I might give it a shot. I mean, it looks okay. You know, it's interesting that you're following a predator, like you're following a. I mean, I forget what they're called. I can't pronounce what they're called. They have a name. We got like less than a minute, so this was fun. I've ever played Dino Crisis? Maybe once. Maybe once. Favorite cheesecake? I don't have any. All right. Well, that does it for this hour and a half long stream. I hope you guys have had fun. Hopefully, we will have more people and have even more wonderful conversations than we did this time. But again, thanks you guys for watching, joining, and I'll catch you guys next week. So, adios.